I'm here in my kitchen and I have some ingredients to make homemade granola. I'm wavering back and forth between either just making loose granola or making granola bars. So let me show you the ingredients that I have. So I have some golden berry blend, which is just a mix of golden raisins, dried cherries, cranberries, and blueberries. I have some goji berries, and these are some jumbo raisins. I have some, I think these are sugared dates, the little sugared date pieces. I have some raw pecans, some sprouted sunflower seeds with some, oh, this is pumpkin and sunflower seeds. Okay, so that's cool with a little spicy kick to it. Back here, I have some walnut pieces. This is coconut. This is dried coconut. It's unsweetened. My rolled oats, which is the base for the granola. It's kind of like a vitamin coconut oil, and I'm just going to add a little bit in there. And I have some coconut oil, and I'm going to use maple syrup to sweeten it. So let's get started. So into this large pot, I've put my coconut oil and the little vitamin coconut oil I showed you. You can also use butter, which I have used butter sometimes. I think I have a video on here where I showed how to make granola with butter and honey. So this time I'm using coconut oil. So I'm just letting that melt, and then I'm going to pour my maple syrup in here just so that the syrup won't stick so badly to the pan. And I'm going to put my rolled oats in here, but I'm not really going to cook them. So I've added my oats, and I like to use see right here where it's the rolled oats, just because they're thicker, and I like the thicker oats, but you can also use the quick cooking oats if that's what you have on your pantry. And here's my cinnamon, some smoked sea salt, just a little bit, and some cardamom. So you don't have to add these, but I kind of like the different flavor that these spices give to my granola. So I put my spices in that are right over here. And now you can see this is a little bit wet because I'm really thinking that I'm just going to press this down into my cookie sheet pan so that I can actually make these into chewy granola bars. So I'm going to need both of my hands to there is no science to adding your different nuts and fruits and things, dried fruits or whatever else you want to add in there. So I'm just going to put the camera down and add all of these things into my rolled oats, coconut oil, and syrup, maple syrup. Okay, so I've mixed everything together. I tasted it. It actually tastes delicious. I can eat it right out of the pot without putting it in the oven, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so here you go. So this is my granola that I haven't put into the cookie sheet yet, but you can see all the different things that I put in there, like all of the nuts and seeds and all of the yummy dried fruit, and it absolutely tastes delicious. So I set my oven to 300 degrees, and I'm going to try to pack this into my cookie sheet, and let's hope that it gels together enough that I can like cut some nice chewy granola bars. So if not, it'll just be granola and it's still going to be all good. So stay tuned. So I just dumped a bunch of it, as you can see from the pan right here, onto my cookie sheet, and I'm going to use my red silicone spatula just to kind of really mash it down and spread it over the cookie sheet. But of course I need both of my hands to do that. Okay, so you see my granola is all nice and tightly packed into this cookie sheet. And my oven, the timer just went off on my lower oven, so I have to sit this down. And I'm going to put this in. And like I said, I have the oven on 300 degrees. So we're gonna put that in there, and I'm just probably gonna let that sit, oh, there are my slippers, in there for maybe about 15 minutes, and we'll come back and check it. Okay, so I just took my sheet of granola from out of the oven, and sorry about the lighting, just trying to zoom you in. I don't know if you can tell that it's gotten darker, and it feels soft and almost kind of like the texture feels a bit chewy-ish. So I'm gonna let this cool completely, because if I try to cut it now, it's just gonna crumble and fall apart. So we will be back, and hopefully I will have granola bars. Okay, I'm back. You can see that I've cut some of this, and some of it kind of came out like granola bar, and some of it came out like granola. So I'll just break this up, and maybe the kids can just eat it as like big chunks of granola pieces. But it's still good, still delicious, and I know that my children will yum it up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Questions and comments, leave them below.